So 50, speaking of 50, he's got that part of the clip where he talks about, and we're going to play it right now for you guys, the shootout that solidified you as someone that, was really where, he was about what he was doing. And 50 talked about the story, and people at that time, like we were talking about earlier, social media really wasn't, a thing. He was doing Ustream, which is like very rare. That Ustream thing, live stream, was like, that was like, now it's a norm. You got all these live streamers going crazy, but 50 did it when it was like something completely fresh. Right. And he mentioned you. Tay was really about that.
If you look at the situation with DTAY, Tay was his man. Like when they was actually hustling, they was in Nashville. They was in a spot. Somebody tried to rob the spot. They came in there with intentions to kill somebody, to get whatever was in there. And Buck got shot in that situation, and DTAY put that work in to get them up off of them in that actual position they was in that spot. Like, Tay is really about that.
So what story is he referencing? Explain the story that he's talking about with the Buck situation.
It was a situation where my cousin Priest, he had opened a trap on the east side by Haynes Garden, and they was called the duplexes. And I grew up in Haynes Garden, and one number of robbers over there. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that they was gonna try to rob this trap. You know what I'm saying? You not from out here, they gonna come in here. So I used to tell Priest, you need to be careful over here because they gonna try this trap. But my cousin Priest always had guns, different kind of guns. Just he had a thing for guns. So, and he was a shooter too. So he like, shit, let them come in here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got these guns for, Tay. So me at the time, like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You feel what I'm saying? So I let that alone. But it was my birthday. It was actually my birthday, and me and my homeboy, Head Buster, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Head Buster, man. He home, man. I did 16, man. Long time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a long time. Shout out to Head Buster.
Yeah, him and my other brother, Ralph. Ralph was locked up with Gucci, but yeah, we was out that night on my birthday, and no, hold on. Matter of fact, I pulled over there at the daytime to come holler at them. And Buck and Priest now was in the trap, and when I pulled up, it was a guy named Thug, and Thug's little brother was there. They was from Detroit. Now, Thug would always come and buy his work from Priest and shit, but he always had on all black with the combat boots, hair nappy, face scruffy, with two guns up on his coat. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? So we looking like, what this nigga on? You know what I'm saying? But come to find out, he was a robber. He was robbing the McDonald's and the Captain D's and some banks and stuff down here. He had moved down here from Detroit and he was robbing. But he fucked with us. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't know he was robbing, but his money was always real clean. You know what I'm saying? When he come spend it. So this particular day, I came over there and they were shooting dice in the living room. And when I came in there, you know me, I'm like, what the hell for? Shit, I'm finna get down with y'all. I'm finna get up out of here in a minute. It's my birthday. So Buck like, it's your birthday? I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get out tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what you gonna do? Because usually when I pull up, he'll leave with me. So I'm like, you gonna ride with me? And he like, shit, I ain't going nowhere. Priest want me to hold the trap down. They finna go to Black Beach and kick it for a minute, Myrtle Beach or something down there. So Buck was like, I can't go nowhere. So I'm like, nigga, you got babysit or something? He like, nah, nigga, I gotta get some money, nigga. That's what I'm finna do. So I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying? So we shooting dice or whatever. And Thug is in the kitchen with Priest and Twan. Thug's little brother is in the living room with us shooting dice. Now, at this time, me and Buck had a CD out called Young Buck and DTAY, Thuggin' to the End. And the city always said we was good together on that record, like Tay harder than you on this verse or Buck harder than you on that verse. So Bread was one of the guys at the trap that kind of instigated the situation when I started shooting dice. When it was my turn to shoot, Buck like, I want to fade Tay. I want Tay money. You feel? That's how we were together. So we shooting dice with each other and bread while I'm shooting bread like shit. I'm betting with Tay on the phone. Matter of fact, goddamn, he smoked you on that young buck at DTAY, bitch, before your dog anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So Buck like, man, you got me fucked up. I taught Tay how to rap. So I'm like, man, y'all, at the time, I'm going back and forth with him like, man, you got me fucked up. I write everything and whoop-de-whoop. So I went out on the dice. We talked shit a little bit, and I said, I gotta get out of here because I'm going out tonight. So I walk out the door. When I'm walking out the door, I hear Thug, little brother, say, it's my shot. Well, come to find out, when I left, Thug, little brother shot, Buck faded him. When Buck faded him, he wasn't, Buck wasn't catching the dice, right? No. Buck was shooting and Thug was fading Buck. Thug, little brother, was fading Buck. Now, when Buck was shooting the dice, he wasn't catching the dice with his hand. He might stick his foot down there or something. So Buck like, man, you need to catch the dice. You know what I'm saying? He almost hit his point and he tried to pick up and he like, man, I caught that. So Buck like, look, if you don't catch the dice, the next time I'm picking the money up. So he shot again. He got ready to hit his point, and when he hit it, he went to reach for the money, and Thug put his foot down there. When Thug put his foot down there, Buck pushed his foot off and took the money. Like, what's up, nigga? And when he said that, they got to fighting. They said Buck got the best of him. You feel what I'm saying? Now Priest and Thug, his big brother's in the kitchen with my cousin Priest. They not knowing they doing this in the living room. So when they come back in the living room, they already rumbling. So they're like, man, y'all take that shit outside. Priest like, take that shit outside. Matter of fact, y'all need to quit that shit. You know what I'm saying? So Bread and Queen had already broke it up, but Buck had kind of bust him up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? So he bleeding or whatever. And Buck still trying to get to him, talking shit. And Thug like, man, what y'all doing? Y'all tripping? He like, bro, you good? He like, yeah, man, but fuck him. And then they still trying to go at it. So Thug like, come on, man, let's go. We gonna get out of here, man. But man, that's that bullshit though, because really they let Buck kind of handle him a little longer. They probably should have broke it up a little bit. They kind of watched him get down on him. And Thug is like, shit, we not knowing this nigga's a mad robber, shooter, okay? So look, he leave. Now, this is gonna be in the movie too. But they leave and evidently, this how I'm taking it. When they got in the car, he looked at his little brother and he busted up, bleeding and shit, and he like, nah, they gotta pay for that. We're gonna come back and take everything tonight. This had to be what they was thinking, because just so happened, I'm at the club, me and Buster and them. I get ready to leave the club. They like, you good? I'm like, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm finna take it in, but I'm gonna stop by Priest Trap and holler at Buck. They like, shit, see, careful, whatever.
If you want to see this full interview without having to wait, you can join our YouTube memberships program for just $8 a month. You get the full interview, behind the scenes footage, and no ads. If you want more, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/diverse mentality. And for $10 a month, you can not only get these full interviews immediately, but also get uncut and ad-free documentaries as well. The link is in the description for both.